look at everything, and here we go. Okay, now right now, before we get started, what you should be able to see on my screen is actually results from one of our previous webinars, and this is really what you're going to expect tonight as well. And for those of you who guessed that I'm Irish, you are wrong. I'm Italian. I'm kidding about all of that. But my point is that you should be able to see some really awesome results right now from previous webinars that we have done. And tonight's webinar is actually going to be a step above that as well, because we're going to show you some really, really cool things. We're going to do it all live in front of you. And this is going to be very different from all webinars that you have probably attended before, all of the things that you've probably done before, primarily because the way that we have designed this whole system and the way that we're going to be teaching you this whole system tonight, this is not about you spending a lot of money. We're actually going to show you how to get started and get going at zero cost. This is not about you trying to drive traffic or you trying to figure out how to get ahead or any of those things. This is all going to be done entirely by you basically piggybacking off of the success of other companies and off of the other major platforms that exist out there. So we're going to show you all of this here in 30, 40 seconds or so as soon as we get started. I'll have Roger Langell come out here, who's been an eBay titanium power seller. He's been doing as much as $1.2 to $1.8 million per year, just using that as well. So we're going to break down everything. We're going to show you everything live. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask questions. And we're going to have a very extensive Q&A session in the end as well. Okay? So just hold tight for about 30, 40 seconds, and we'll get started. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, I want everybody to try and follow along with what I'm going to do on the screen. I'm going to go ahead and basically draw out what our master plan is or what our blueprint is for getting you guys from basically wherever you are right now to a whole lot more, okay? So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to break this down in 3 simple steps, and the first step is basically going to cost you nothing. It's nothing like what you might have usually seen. Let me go ahead and write this out for you, and you guys can just take notes on it or anything if you want. Okay, here we go. So step 1, we're going to basically be piggybacking off of other platforms. Okay, so here's what we're going to do in this step. Our goal in this step is basically profitability. We're not going to worry about making $1 million right now. We're just going to worry about getting us to immediate profitability, and we are not going to worry about driving traffic or any of the other regular stuff that you guys might have heard of. So there's going to be no traffic, no recruiting, no any of the standard stuff you've done, no site building, no Google, none of that stuff, okay? So what we're going to do is go ahead and show this step to you live, and you can just follow along. And while we do the step for you, all you guys have to do is just ask yourself the simple question: what I'm seeing on the screen, can I do this myself right now without more technical skills or without spending any money or any of that stuff, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and bring out Roger, who's going to go ahead and walk you through this whole step. He's going to do this live in front of you, and you guys just keep asking yourself, can I do this? And if you have any questions about what he's doing or if he's going a little too fast, just go ahead and take note of those questions, and we'll go over them towards the end of the webinar. Okay, so Roger, are you there?
I sure am. Thank you, my friend. Go ahead, guys, and let me know if everybody can hear me okay. My name is Roger Langell again. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. Just scrolling down to the bottom here. Give me a second. Looks like everything's loud and clear. And, guys, just let me know if you're looking at Amazon.com on your screen right now. And looks like we are good to go. I'm not Irish. I'm Indian. Just kidding. My lousy sense of humor. Okay, cool. So, guys, what I'm going to show you again, and as Hitesh said, question me the whole time. And we'll start with, can you open up a window and it says Amazon.com? And, of course, you can. So what we're going to discover here is we're going to be able to move products from Amazon over to eBay, okay, and sell them on eBay and make money without touching anything. Okay? We're not going to physically buy the products. We're not going to pre-warehouse them. We're not going to do anything. We're literally going to move an image and a description over to eBay and make money. Now, part of this goal here is just two questions, really, is, can I do this? You should be asking yourself, as Tesh mentioned. And my goal is to prove to you that people are already doing this, and people are already making money doing it. So I've done several webinars, and I used to have people come out and say, just give me a word. And people say car, cat, blue, dishes. I've done multiple webinars where I'll just start with any word. And I'm going to start this one with the word this. Okay? I mean, just think of any word and put it in the box. And, of course, you guys can think of any word. So I put this in there. Last time I did dishes. This time I just said, well, I'm not even going to put a product in there. I'm just going to put the word this. Now, I'm going to go down the left side here, guys. I'm going to click on see all 35 departments. And I used to do a lot of stuff in home and kitchen. So I'm going to click on home and kitchen. And the results are going to come up here on Amazon. And the first thing I see for the big keyword search, this, is some sort of bless this home and all who enter. And this isn't even sold by Amazon, I can tell, because it doesn't have this prime symbol here and everything else. So I'm going to actually take the second item. And I'm going to click on this item. Just notice that there was over 2 million results to choose from. So when I go ahead and I take this item, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to copy this title right here, and I'm going to go over to eBay, and I'm going to do a search for it. And I think so far everybody can do that. Put a word in a box, take the title, come over to eBay. Now when I come over here, I see 4 results. And I'm looking for something specific. I'm saying to myself, the cost on Amazon is $22. Now, I'm not looking to sell this particular item. I'm looking to say, is there anybody attempting to sell this item for significantly more than Amazon has it for? So this one's a little bit cheaper than Amazon has it for. This one's $10 more. This one's $11 more. And this one's about the same price. That's all I'm saying right now. So if I click on this one right here, because this person, if they sold it, would make money, that's all I'm interested in looking at right now. When I click on that, I see this person has 99.4% feedback. They're a top-rated seller, and they have 8,833 reviews, so probably a pretty good seller. Now I'm going to click on see their other items. And this is where the money starts kicking in. What I'm thinking to myself is, look, these are not taken in your home. You guys can clearly see that. Those are professional pictures. And what you'll learn is these all-white picture backgrounds, they're indicative of Amazon photos. These are Amazon photos. So now I know that this person is using Amazon as their supplier. And I'm going to make a look and I'm going to say, hey, you making any money? And I'll show you this. So let me go ahead and click on this first thing. I'm afraid to ask what this thing is. Hooks to your toilet. It's not a television set, so I'm not interested in it. Just kidding. But they sold 3 of these for $57.99 each. So if I grab just part of this title here, and I copy that, and I head back to Amazon, I reset myself on Amazon, and now I'm going to say, okay, did you make any money? Did you make any money on that? And again, it's just a copy and paste, and there it is on Amazon for $44.95. Free shipping. So he sold them for a markup of about $13. After eBay fees, he made about $9, $10. He sold 3 of them, and he made $30. Now, what you're going to learn is he made $30 for about 4 minutes work. Okay? I'm going to click my back button. I'm still on eBay. I'm going to research this next item that he has up for sale. It's a calculator. He sold 9 of them. I'm going to grab part of this title right here. I'm going to copy this. All pasting, copy and paste this over onto Amazon, click go, and I see the calculators on Amazon for $16, free shipping. He had a markup of only $7 on that. After eBay fees, he made $4. He sold 9 of them, so he made $36, and he did that in about 4 minutes, and I'll show you that in just a moment. So he's up to about $66 in profit. I'm going to hit the back button again. I'll research one more. If I click on this, I don't even know what this thing is, but I'm going to take part of the title, copy this, I'm going to go over to Amazon, I'm going to paste that in, and I'm going to click go. and I'm going to see it's $17 on here. He sold it for $25, markup of $8. After fees, he made about $5, times 2 sold. So now he's made about $70, okay? Now, $70, I could go through and keep looking and looking and looking and looking. Now, this guy, I'm going to show you what he's doing, or this girl. This is that listing again. Now, I'm over at Amazon.com. I'm going to click on the title on Amazon. And here's the crux of your work. Here's your challenge to start putting money in your pocket. This is what you have to do, all right? You're going to take this image, and you're going to move it over to eBay, just like he did. It's about 3 clicks of your mouse. Then you're going to take this description right here. See it? Designed to fit an over narrow support bar or something, something. And you're going to copy that, and you're going to paste that into your description. Designed to fit over. Now, I think everybody in this call, I'm not even going to ask, I'm not going to, but everybody can copy and paste and do that, all right? Especially with instructional videos on how to do it, which we'll show you guys later on the webinar, okay? So all this person did, and this is the intro to our program that Hitesh was pointing out to put you guys in the black, is come move product over from Amazon over to eBay. Now, I want to recap really quickly where I started. I'll throw that back to Hitesh. I went on to Amazon, and I typed something in a box. Yes, of course you can do that. I typed in this tonight. Last time I typed in dishes. One time I typed in steel. But whatever words you want. And then I came over to eBay, and I said, hey, is anybody selling this where if it's sold, they'd make a profit? And I found a few people. And I said, well, let me look at one person. And I look at that one person. I went through 3 of their listings. They've already made $70. Now, what this person's going to do is, I showed you how you move the product over. Now, here's what happens. Somebody will come along, and they'll say, let me change my pen color here really quick. Somebody will come along, and they'll say, okay, I need that. I don't even know what it is. I'll pay $24.99 for it. That's one of these people right here, okay? They paid $24.99 for it. So this guy right here, or girl, has about $25 in their PayPal account. That's like a virtual bank. That's your online bank, okay? It's your money. He's got $25 in his PayPal account. He'll then come over here, and he'll use the customer's address supplied by eBay. He'll order this item. He'll add it to his cart. He'll pay $17 for it, and he'll ship it direct to the customer somewhere in the United States of America, and the customer will get that product, say thank you, and the guy will pocket the difference, or the girl, okay? And again, that took 4 minutes to move this image, this description, over to eBay. I think he made 10 on this one. The 12 minutes work on the 3 listing I showed you, and he made about $60, $70. That's, I don't know, $300 an hour or something stupid. And in the training videos you're going to see upcoming here is that all we're doing is moving product over from Amazon to eBay. Now, I know you have a couple questions. We'll take questions at the end, but just so you feel comfortable, I'll briefly answer some of the questions that I know you're thinking of right now. One, why would somebody buy this on eBay more expensive than Amazon? Well, think of the clothes you're wearing. You did not get the rock bottom price on the jeans or the t-shirt or whatever you're wearing. You saw it, you liked it, you said the price is fair, you bought it. I don't know where you bought it, doesn't matter. Well, here's what happened on eBay. Somebody came along, they saw this, they liked it, thought the price was fair, and they bought it, okay? It's just free market enterprise. There's no difference, and Hitesh will go into that in a little bit, but that's all we're doing is moving product from Amazon over to eBay. That's step 1 of our blueprint, and making a bunch of money and getting you guys into the black, starting to make money, many of you online for the first time. With that, I'll throw it back to Hitesh for phase 2.
Awesome. Well, before we jump to phase 2, let's just hear it. Can everybody who has seen the step described, can everybody think to themselves, yeah, I can do this. I can copy paste description and images from one place to another. If you can do that, just say yes, okay? And once you've said yes, then I'm going to show you how you can actually make it. There you go. We have like literally hundreds of yeses pouring in. But let me make let me make it a step easier, even that, okay? Because a natural question is going to be, well, how do I know? Where do I find the products? It took me, like, I don't want to spend 6 minutes researching product. Well, look at my screen right now. And what you guys should be seeing is a very, very simple to observe and simple to understand page. And all this page is doing is it's saying, oh, hey, here is a product on Amazon. Here is what it costs on Amazon. Here is what its market value is. Here is what its use price has been. Here's its rating. Okay. So if you wanted to research products and you wanted to find products even faster, okay, even more easily, this is literally all you have to do. In fact, you know what? I see a bunch of products in here. They have a rating of 3, 3.6. We don't want to deal with bad products, right? So let's just say we only want to find products with a rating of greater than 4. Instantly, we will only look at those products. And then we're going to say this. I want to sell products that cost more than $70, where the market value is more than, let's say, $90. Okay. And now it's going to show me just those products. And right here, look at this. Its market value is $199, basically 200 bucks. It's selling on Amazon for $138. Can you make some money on that? Absolutely. That's literally all you have to do. We just open this in a new window. We're going to copy paste this information from here to our eBay listing, and we're done. Here's another example. Okay, let's say you wanted to look into another niche. Here's one where I just typed in crossbow. Here, right in the beginning, I see one which is $185 on Amazon, and its market value is $220. We just copy paste it over, and we have a nice little profit margin built in. And it doesn't end there. I mean, there's an insane number of products. Like Roger said, you just type in this or blue or something, and you find 2-3 million products on Amazon just from that. So this is how easy it can be. And this whole thing that I'm showing you right now, you can imagine that this just made it even easier than before. Okay. And I see 3 questions that have come in right now, which have said, oh, this sounds awesome, but it's probably going to be expensive. Well, it's not. And we're going to show you how to get this whole thing with the software, with the research, with the training, everything for free. Okay. So don't worry about that. We're not after your money. That's not what we're after here. We're after something else. And we'll tell you what we're after at the end of this webinar as well. Okay. So let's move on. Let's just quickly see that this is all we have done. Can you do this? The answer is an emphatic yes. We can do this. And here's the basic formula. We are selling high, and then we are buying low. So we sold the product, we made some profit, then we bought the product for a lower price. There is no way to lose money doing that. It's awesome. Okay. And this is all we did. We took the product from Amazon, we sent it to eBay, and here's Roger sitting on that little arrow, and he's making the money on this. Okay. So here's Roger making the money. All right. Okay, this is all awesome. This is amazing. You can make a ton of money just doing this, but our aim is not to stop at making a little bit of money. Our aim is to get you profitable in this step. We have done that. Now let's move on to the second step. Okay. The second stage of this is that we're going to scale up our profits massively. We're going to scale up our whole business massively. And our goal now is not just profitability, but our goal now is to get to full-time income. Okay. And in this process of expansion, if we ever use any money, if any costs are incurred, we only take those costs out of our profit from step 1. Okay, that was the beauty behind step 1. So we started out at virtually 0 cost. We're going to take our profits from it. We're going to use the profits in step 2. And here's how step 2 works. We're basically going to do the exact same thing we just did. We're not going to start traffic generation or anything like that. We're just going to use a whole lot more sources, and we're going to make a lot more profit per sale. So you saw the example of the calculator, right? So when Roger showed you the example of the calculator, the guy made $4. He sold 9 of them. He made $36 plus the money he made on shipping. Awesome. He made money with that. But we're not interested just in $4. We're interested in making $20, $50, $100 per sale as well. Okay. So that's what we're going to do in this step. In this step, we're going to scale up massively. We're going to get you a full-time income so we can get out of any jobs that we are in that we don't want to be in, so we can get some freedom. So our wife can stay at home with the kids if we want. Anything that we want to do, basically. Okay. So Roger, if you want to take over and walk us through what we're going to do in phase 2, because in phase 2 is what we're going to start doing. We're going to call this the elite phase of our business. Okay, the elite phase is where we're going to make a lot more money per sale. We're going to make a lot more sales, and we're going to do it with a lot more marketplaces. We're actually not going to be restricted just to eBay either. So as you can see now, Roger has cut me off, and he's taken over the screen, and he is showing you some awesome stuff.
All right, guys, let me show you this chicken coop example. Oddly enough, I just thought I'd pick an interesting product tonight. And, you know, all you should be thinking now is just expand your mind just a little bit. You can see how easy it is. It's unbelievably too good to be true, right? But the truth of the matter is you know, online shopping came out, I don't know, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, whenever it came out. And the market was, the consumer was nervous, but there was a ton of products out there, and it became easy. The consumer became more confident. A lot of people shopping online, millions, billions, whatever the number is, a lot of people shopping online. But you never thought to plug into that. So the economics of it is, you have eBay, which you guys can all go get an eBay account if you don't have one already, and we'll show you how you can do that, where there's millions and millions of customers. You don't get them. You don't flyer. You don't build a brick-and-mortar business. And those millions of customers are just there looking for millions of products. And Amazon has millions of products, and we're just going to move it over there. It's just that simple. But here's the thing. If you're in, you know, you're thinking of your hometown, and we'll call you eBay, or you're a consumer, and you're out there and you decide you want to go get a Big Mac combo meal or whatever it is, $4, $5, $6, okay? You can go out and do that, and McDonald's makes a little bit of money, makes a little bit of money, makes a little bit of money. But then there's also other restaurants, right? There's fine dining restaurants, there's competition, there's other different food types, different categories. Well, the internet is vast. And there's many, many, many more suppliers that I've developed and researched and studied and used and worked with over the last 10 years. Now think to yourself, if the common practice is moving over Amazon to eBay, and people know about Amazon, and there's like $5, $10 profit money-making items, when you start accessing the entire internet and every possible item on the tip of your fingers, well, we call that elite, and we've put several major suppliers that we use in here to not just make $5, $10, as Tesh said, but to make 50, 100, 150, 200 on a sale is what I'm talking about here. So here's a chicken coop. Who would have thought, right? A chicken coop. $288. I grabbed this online just before the webinar started. $288. Sold for $395.97. September 14th at 3 o'clock. Okay? Now, again, there's the coupe, $288, free shipping, sold on eBay for $395.97. Now, if that's got you excited, and that's our phase 2, where we're bringing you into serious money, like life-changing money starting to develop, if that's got you excited, take a deep breath, okay? Here's an item. Sold September 18th, 2013. In fact, they sold 2 of them. $1,099 each, okay? It's a set of these 8 leatherback type chairs, fine dining chairs, okay? $579 free shipping, okay? A markup of over $500 per set, $1,000 profit minus some eBay fees. They made about $800, $900 for 4 minutes work. Okay, this is what we're talking about. You might say, well, that was 13 days ago. Okay, how about in the last 24 hours? In the last 24 hours, if you can see this, it's dated October 29th, 2013. Okay, there's 28 days left in this listing. A standard listing is about 30 days. In the last 24 hours, 3 of these sold for $546.01 each, and the cost was $449. Okay, a markup of nearly $100. 3 of them sold in the last 24 hours. This is what we call scaling up. And when you start accessing more than just Amazon and learning how to move product from other sites over to eBay, and the semantics and everything else is not difficult. You just need to be trained and shown how to do it. Well, now you're talking about 50 to 100, 150, 200, and there's a $1,000 product. Back to you, Atesh.
Actually, let me clarify one thing on this screen, because I knew somebody would ask this, but we already have 2 people who asked, why does it say October 29th? And here is, unfortunately, the sad reality of the place we are in with online stuff. People are so skeptical, rightfully so. They're like, there must be something wrong here. This must be made up, right? But it says October 29th because the person started the listing on September 29th, and you see there's 28 days left. So it'll end on October 29th, and it was placed 2 days ago, and it has made 1,500 and actually $1,650 in gross sales in the past 24 hours. That's the point we're getting at. That's just the end time of the sale, not the day when it began. Okay, so all right, again, super awesome stuff. You guys can understand right now, and I'm going to ask the same question again, which is, can you do this? There is no difference here between what we did in step 1 and step 2. All we did is we expanded our base, we expanded our marketplace. We said, okay, we're going to do 2 things now. We're not going to just limit ourselves to eBay and Amazon, right? That's what we did in first step. Here was Roger making some money with his green dollar signs, all happy because he's sitting on this little branch with eBay and Amazon. Now we suddenly have all of these other places also that we're using to sell on eBay. But the thing that we didn't go over yet was that we didn't just stop at eBay. There are actually a lot of other things as well, that other places where we can go and sell these same items. So we don't have to be selling just on eBay. There's actually other marketplaces as well. So here's marketplace X1 and X2, whatever you want to call them. And we can sell these products on these places as well. And these are actually covered in there as well. So you're not just making money from eBay. You're actually making money from many different sources. And it's the same thing. We're making more profit per sale now, like Roger just showed you guys. We are scaling up using even more marketplaces. So if anything goes wrong and eBay doesn't like you, or you don't like eBay, or whatever happens, you don't want to use them, you don't have to use them. If you don't like Amazon, you want to use something else, you can do that. And our goal is to get to a full-time income. Actually, just in the 3 listings that Roger showed you, I don't know if you guys were calculating, but the 3 listings that Roger showed you, they totaled up to a profit of $3,000 in the past month alone, right? We had a listing from September 24th, we had a listing from September 18th, and we had a listing from the last 24 hours. So in the past, basically 15 days, 16 days, we have a profit of $3,000 just from those 3 listings that Roger showed you alone. Is that full-time income for majority of the people? Yes, absolutely. That's a full-time income. Making $3,000 every 18 days is full-time income for pretty much everybody. So we pretty easily get to that goal. And again, we're doing the same thing. We're not leveraging any traffic. We're not trying to go into traffic generation and rank our websites and build our websites and do backlinking and all that stuff that you guys have probably heard about before. It's just insane. You don't have to deal with any of that stuff. And here is the best part out of all of this. This is the part that I like the best. Vast majority of webinars that you guys will ever attend about online marketing, they're going to be about something about how to game the system. It's going to be, here's how you trick Google into ranking you better. Here's how you trick people into buying more from you. Here's how you trick people into opting into your list, all of that stuff, right? There is no trickery here, okay? And this is beyond legal. This is actually stuff that these companies encourage, right? Why would Amazon and eBay not encourage this? This is how they make their money. So they encourage people to do this all day long. In fact, we'll show you actually eBay's own directions on this. eBay actually teaches you how to dropship as well. They say, here's how you should dropship. So all of that stuff this is above the board. It is completely legal. It's very encouraged, and it's awesome, okay? So now we have established that we can do all of this stuff, right? We can do it with multiple marketplaces, and we can make more dollars per sale, but it gets a little better than that, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit more of our profits from here, tiny bit actually, just a small percentage of this, and we're going to move on to another arena. And in this another arena, what we're going to do is we're actually going to start getting extra benefits from these companies that we are selling the products for. So we're going to actually start making not only more money per sale, but we're actually going to start getting money back from some of these companies for the sales that we're making. Basically, they're going to reward us for doing them a service and selling some of their product. So not only did we make that profit per sale, we're actually going to get an even greater profit at the end of the transaction. Okay, and you don't have to find these marketplaces. You don't have to figure these things out. All of that is actually included in the entire platform that we are building up to. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this back to Roger one more time. I'm going to have him go over some of the ways that we can actually not only make a lot more dollar per sale, and we call that section Unleashed, but not only are we going to make more dollars per sale, but we're actually going to earn even more from each sale using many other things like cashbacks and so on and so forth. Again, this is not complex stuff. This is not technical stuff. This is nothing that you have to spend the next 12 days learning about and then the next 15 days hiring people to do for you and anything like that. We are actually going to say this. Our goal is at the end of this webinar, you're going to be completely equipped with all the tools, all the training, all of the software, so that by tomorrow, you guys will be up and going on this, okay? So Roger, take over the screen, and if you can just walk us through some of the other awesome stuff that we can do with Unleashed, and then we can get going with this.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, good, we're live. Okay, guys. So, you know, I don't know. Since I was, I think, 8 years old, I've been mowing lawns, right? My mom used to pay me my allowance $7 a week or something to go out and mow lawns. And I don't know. I've got to assume probably everybody on here has mowed lawns, but when you did the lawn the first time, you didn't know what you were doing, and the lawn got done. Okay. But obviously, about the millionth time you mowed the dang lawn, you learn to not shred the grass into the bushes and go in a pattern, maybe so you didn't have to rake and all that. Well, I've been doing this for, nearly a decade, okay? So I've learned some tools of the trade. And not only that, I've built up relationships with companies. Imagine if you had a hamburger joint, a no-name hamburger joint in your town, and I came to town and I spent over $1 million a year with you. Okay, I'd get a free hamburger, right? So I started building up these relationships with companies and showing different companies, ordering massive volumes. And I'm not saying that I made decisions for companies or got them to decide things, but I worked with companies that had exclusive type deals for someone like me where I could leverage what I was doing already and making even more money. So this chicken coop in Unleashed, if you were at the second level we're talking about just prior to this, you would sell that chicken coop and you would pay $288. Now, if you're at the third level that we're talking about right now, you would save 20% on that, okay, without doing nothing. You're doing the exact same thing. It's just you have one more piece of knowledge, and that would come to about $224 or an extra $56 in your pocket. And of course, you would want the extra $56 in your pocket when you sold that thing for nearly $400, okay? Now, this particular, and this comes from a different site, okay? And they offer 10% off through the program that we're using in Unleashed. And here, you sold two of them, so you would save about $220, no extra effort. You just have the knowledge, okay? And then the last site I'll give you, this one here is, this one comes with 5% off. You're going to save $25. You would have saved $75 with the knowledge that comes in the Unleashed version. Besides the knowledge of how to, get better deals and take advantage of different things at all these different sites we provide, the key is what I just said. There's more sites on top of all the tools and the tricks to learn to get these sales right here. And again, remember we started with Amazon one site, $5, $10. And then we said, okay, in the second level, there's another 5, 6 sites, and you're going to start making 50, 100, 150. I showed a $500 dang product. And the third one, there's even more sites in the Unleashed, and it includes the best supplier I ever used, okay? And they advertise they have 1 trillion items. I doubt it, but I'm kind of wondering if they do, because folks that have been working here, they love that site when they get to the third level. So the third level, the Unleashed, is all about making even more money with multiple sites and keeping more of your money and making more of the money doing the same thing. And that's Unleashed. Apologize for the phone ring, and back to you, Atesh.
Awesome. Well, now I did something earlier when we walked over our pro stuff. I showed you guys how within the platform itself, there's a system, there's a software that allows us to scout for all these awesome deals on Amazon, right? Well, what if there was a system also for every other site, every other tool as well out there, right? Every other source. But here's how much easier it becomes in this level. Once you get enter the Elite and Unleashed game, here's how easy it becomes. We're just going to tell the site, we're going to tell this platform, the DS Domination platform, we're going to tell them, hey, listen, I want to make 15 bucks per sale. Okay, and I typed in speaker, and I did speaker because I showed a comparison with speaker on Amazon before. That's all I did. I typed in, I want to make 15 bucks per sale. I put in speaker, I hit submit, I selected one of the sources above, and right here it tells me, hey, here's a product, it has a great rating right now. Here is the price point that you want to put on eBay. Go list it on eBay for this price point, and after all the eBay fees and the PayPal fees and any taxes involved and all that stuff, after all of those things are taken care of, you will make a $15 profit between what you paid for it and what you got for it. And I could have just edited this. I could have said I want to make $50 per sale and whatever. But of course, we want to keep it nominal. But right here, it shows me I could sell this for $245.98. And if I listed it for that and I sold it, I would make $15 after all the costs were taken out. Okay, so this is like brain dead easy stuff at this point, right? And I'm coming to a very dangerous point of the webinar. This is usually the point where you guys, if you've ever been on any other webinar, is when they start hyping you up and they're like, yeah, this is awesome. And they start telling you about all the stuff that you can do and how your life is going to be different from this point on. And then they ask you for $1,000, right? Or a $500 or $200 or whatever. Okay. But remember what I said right in the beginning. I said our aim is not to grab a bunch of money from you guys. Our aim is to make you profitable in step one at zero or nearly zero cost. Then our aim is to get you to move up the ladder to bigger marketplace, to bigger profits. And that was an elite. And we showed you with Elite and Unleashed how you're going to make a whole lot more money. There's actually more stuff I want to show you. But I want to stop for a second. I want to explain something to you guys. This whole platform, in pro side, we call this the first step, we call this the pro side, okay? This pro version with the software for Amazon research, with all the training, with all the eBay sales, with all of that awesome stuff, it actually only costs $19.95 a month, okay? I'm hoping that all of you register a bit of a shock on that, because we just kind of showed you live that this stuff is working right now, making a lot of money. You could basically make this money in about your first 24 hours easily. But we also told you that we're going to show you how to get this for basically free, okay? So within this platform that is called DS Domination, that I've been showing you the software from and I'm showing you some stuff from, there's actually something really cool built in. It's called the cash out offers, okay? I'm going to go ahead and log into an account, and I'm going to show you guys what cash out offers look like. Now, cash out offers are basically partnerships that this platform, it's DS Domination as a platform, has with different CPA companies like Discover Card. So what this company is basically saying is, listen, if any one of you has ever shopped at Costco or Sam's Club or places like that, or even if you go to Amazon and you purchase stuff, they'll tell you, oh, are you going to buy something from us? Get a Discover Card with us, or get our Amazon Visa card, and we will, you know, give you a $20 discount or something. Here's what's happening here. That same deal has been worked out by this company, by DS Domination, with all of these different companies out there. So DS Domination says, hey, listen, apply for a Discover card, we'll give you $45, because Discover pays DS Domination $45. They say, we just give you that money. So you can use that money then to fund all of your buying and selling on eBay. You can use that to fund your DS Domination costs. Basically, in your first 10 minutes, your first 15 minutes into using DS Domination Pro, you will basically have all your costs covered and more. Okay, so this is actually one of the huge things here. You will never attend a webinar where the people will tell you, hey, listen, I know I could get a lot of money out of you guys because of what we're showing you, but we don't want your money. We want you to be successful instead. Okay, and here's what we're going to do for that. We have this whole deal worked out. It costs $19.95, but you can get in, and in your first 15 minutes, you can make 3 times that money back right off the bat. Okay, so you can do this at virtually zero cost. When you move on from Pro to Elite and Unleashed, now Elite comes with a whole bunch of other marketplaces, a whole bunch of other sources. It comes with its own software, like you guys saw. There's a lot more stuff, including live trainings that we do on a bi-weekly basis. And this costs $99 a month. But we don't want you to think that you have to spend that. Remember that we are already in profitability here. So you're only going to spend $0 here. Virtually, you're going to take your profits from here to fund your next step. Okay? So Elite is going to cost $99 a month, but it's not coming out of your pocket. It's coming from your profits from step one. That's why it's laid out the step one first. Okay, once we are really successful with this and we are ready to really take it to the next level, we are starting to build some relationships with companies and stuff like that, then we can move on to Unleashed. Now again, when we get to Unleashed, Unleashed is going to cost a one-time $249. Okay, it's not a monthly cost, but Unleashed is going to cost a one-time cost, and again, you're going to pay it out of your profits. You don't have to pay it out of your pocket unless you are somebody who says, you know what, I have a bunch of money, I don't care about going through all of that stuff, I just want to pay for it. You can pay for it if you want. But if you're somebody who's struggling in your position in life, you don't have a bunch of money right now, you can go through this step by step. And I will tell you honestly, we have people who start out with zero experience, with zero money. They start out, and then 6 days later they write and they say, hey, I'm ready, I'm going to go and get an Elite now, and I'm ready, I'm going to go get Monopoly now or something else. Okay, so that's how simple this is. Now, at this point, hopefully all of you guys see that we are very, very different, and this is very, very different. There are going to be more questions. We're going to get to all those questions, but the biggest question right now that I see 6 queries about it, is basically, okay, how do I get started? Where do I go and sign up for this? Okay, all you guys have to do is go to dsdomination.com/sign up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this link in the account, in the chat box for all of you, and all you guys have to do is just go to that link. It'll take you to a checkout page that looks like this. You just have to fill it out, and it's going to tell you who referred you. Okay, this is the person who invited you to the webinar tonight. Okay, and that way those people get a credit from us as well. So we're going to walk through a bunch of other things yet. This is not, we're not even close to the end. There's actually a bunch of awesome stuff. But for those of you who are pretty excited, you're like, you know what, I want to get started with this, you can go ahead and go to the link. It should show in your chat box. Just go to that link and go ahead and finish your sign-up process and all that good stuff. Now, with all that said, this is not all there is to it. Okay, this is actually not even the end of step 2 yet, and we still have to go to step 3, and I'll explain why that is very, very important. And we're going to cover all of that in great detail. And some of you who have been paying attention, you would have noticed it says Pro, Elite, Unleash, and then it says Monopoly, right? So this Monopoly here is something far beyond all the stuff that we have shown you yet. Okay, I'm going to throw this back to Roger. He's going to explain what Monopoly is all about. You guys can try and wrap your brain about Monopoly, and you'll see how insane that is. And then we're going to turn around, and I'm going to take you all to step 3, and we will go and discuss all of the step 3 stuff at that moment. Okay, so Raj, if you want to grab the screen, there we go, and walk through everything. And remember, you can take your time with this. You can go and sign up right now, and you can come back and take your time. We're going to answer all the questions. This is by no means even close to the end of the webinar, but a lot of people are asking for the link, so I put that out there. But Roger, if you want to explain Monopoly to us now, that would be beautiful.
Hitesh, I thought we were charging $1,995.
We were, but then I saw that there were some people who I wanted to get on the good side of.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, what a great model. I mean, and I'll show this Monopoly in just a second, but I get excited when I listen to this and see it laid out. You see, years ago, I was just purely make money and help my family get ahead and put some money in my bank account, put some money in my pocket, and as I started meeting with new people and I started growing my mind when I met different people in life and paving out a road of not just pure money. So when we launched this, we really talked about the average person, the average guy, we said it a million times, winning. So we know that every single person that comes in here and watches these videos, which are 3-4 minutes long, you're watching over my shoulder as I do just what I showed you in 5-minute increments on how to list, how to do returns, how to process refunds if you get one, just everything, how to find high-ticket items, how to search, everything else is in there. Looking over my shoulder, you're watching my computer screen. Okay, so we know that anybody that does that is going to start making money. So we could really say, hey, it's a penny, and then when you make 10 cents, do this, and build it up to $1 billion. Because we see so many people making that money, trusting us, starting with nearly $0 invested and working up. So just a perfect program. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get distracted, but I'm pretty excited about that stuff. So here's the one they dragged out of me. Okay, and I'll say that because I did eBay for a decade, $1.8 million, and near the end of my eBay career, I started doing this, and I started putting a lot more money in my pocket with a lot less effort. So I was like, yeah, guys, let's do this training center and eBay. And I got tired one night, and I said, hey, do you know I used to do this thing on Amazon? And then they're like, oh, you got to put that in. So I was like, all right, I'll put it in. Okay, so anyway, long story. Okay, so the deal is the marketplace. Think about the big picture, just like we said before. Go back to, you got one supplier, it's Amazon. Why does it work? Your blue jeans, you didn't get the lowest price unless you made them, all that stuff. Think about that, okay? And then you got the one supplier, and your storefront, your place of business is eBay, okay? Now, what's eBay made up of? eBay's made up of sellers and buyers, right? and the sellers and buyers communicate and exchange money for goods. Great. Well, Amazon is almost exclusively buyers. Okay, there's a reason that eBay stock is like $16, $17. I haven't checked in a while, and Amazon stock is $600, $700, $800. They get a lot more traffic. It's almost exclusively all buyers because sellers, they don't quite get Amazon. It's not as easy as eBay. Amazon's platform is not, come on over here and buy and sell. It's come on over here and buy, and if you happen to want to sell, we'll accommodate you if you know the steps to go through. And the steps to go through are not like rocket science difficult. It's like everything else that I showed. It's easy, but you got to know what the steps are, right? It's easy for me to get to my house, to my wife's mother's house. But if you were sitting here with me and I said, okay, go to my wife's mother's house, you wouldn't know how to get there. That's a block away, okay? Anyway, terrible analogies. Here we go. So let me give you an example of the power of Amazon. And imagine, you know, it's Christmas time. I have two little girls, a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old, Riley and Kaya. And this year, I got to be quiet because they're in the living room. They're getting the dang swing set, okay? They're getting the swing set for Christmas, all right? And the deal is ever since I've been a little kid, I remember seeing the rusty metal swing sets in the people's backyards, and now that I'm an adult, I see the wooden swing sets and they're falling over. And I know my daughter, I know the toy, she's going to swing on it once, if she'll even accommodate that, and then when I'm 90, I'll be hauling the wooden swing set off to the junkyard that has been used once, okay? But I'm going to get it, all right? So I want one of the wooden ones because I can't deal with the rusted metal and the danger of all that and stuff. So I want a wooden swing set. So I'm over on one of the top internet sites, publicly traded, multi-billion-dollar company. Where's my swing set? Well, that's not it. And this right here is sort of what I'm looking for, but they don't supply the lumber. So I get some brackets, and then I got to go to Lowe's or Home Depot and figure out how to cut wood or whatever the heck you do there. I don't know. And then here's another one. That's not what I'm looking for. And here's a metal. Oh, wait a minute. Here's what I'm looking for. Okay. That's exactly what I want. You know, a nice wooden swing set for my girl for Christmas. Okay. So I click on it, and it says, see price and card. Okay, I'll bite. Let me check the price on that. $24.49. Now, I was joking about charging $1,995, but it's about the only way I'm going to pay $2,500 for a swing set. Everybody on this webinar pays $2,000 for the training. Long story short, I'm not getting the swing set. I'm not paying $2,500, but the point of it is that Amazon has very little selection with swing sets. And you'll find that with other things because there's not a lot of sellers on Amazon. So we have ways for you to discover all kinds of items, like thousands of them, that you can take from the stuff you've already learned and the suppliers and everything else and put them on Amazon, have zero competition, have maximum customers searching it out, and you'll be the only guy or the only gal in town. So listing on Amazon, what we call monopoly, is all about finding 10, 20 items and just selling the lights out of them, like 5, 10, 15, 20 a day, versus being on eBay where you got hundreds up and selling, you know, one of the items every second day or something like that. I'm not saying about 100, you'll actually sell about 65. But over a month, you'll sell 65. Here, you could put 4 or 5 items up and sell 65 in a week, okay? So a lot better, more robust market. Now, let me show you this really quickly. What if this swing set, what if you were a buyer right now in the market, getting ready to buy your daughter a swing set, and your choice is this wooden one for $449 or this one for $24.49? Are you paying $2,500 or the $449 one? So you take that $449 one and learn things about UPC codes and things like that, and you're going to put it on Amazon, and you're going to put it up for like $9.99, $8.99, $7.99. Someone's going to come over and say, I got to get my girl a swing set. I don't want to pay $2,500. $8.99, that sounds pretty good to me. Cha-ching, $300, $400 for you. And over and over and over and over again. And we have the tools where you can go out and you can use our tools and you can type in swing set, and it's going to say, you know what, Amazon doesn't have much variety. Go ahead and try play set and swing set with 2 words, and it's going to give you the keywords. And it's just so cookie cutter, it's insane. And we call that monopoly because you're monopolizing the market at that point. There's no like, remember when I searched that tea kettle when I first started with the word this, and there's 3 or 4 of them? There's not 3 or 4 wooden swing sets here. There's not really one, okay? This is not a viable option. So you're monopolizing Amazon, monopolizing the market, and we call that monopoly. Back to you, Atesh. Are you on mute, my friend?
Sorry about that. I knew something was wrong because I was talking and nobody was commenting. And anyway, usually by that point, people are making jokes about me. So anyway, here's what's going on. One of the awesome things that happened, the way that Roger was explaining this, and this is one of the points where I really want to avoid confusion with all of you, okay? And here's, let me take a little detour, not even a detour, but let me pause for a second and explain something to you guys, okay? Here's what you guys are used to. You're used to getting on some webinar where some guy comes on and he talks about how awesome he is. He shows you his cars, he shows you his houses, and he shows you some magic trick or some magic software, and he says, go buy this and you're going to make a bunch of money. That's unfortunately what a lot of people are used to, okay? It's horrible, but that's what happens, and unfortunately that's what has worked in the past. Now, what we are trying to show you is a real business, okay? And this real business has different stages, and it has different steps, and it has a lot of different things going on. So it might seem a little complicated when we are trying to explain all of these different things to you guys in a short period of time, but it really isn't if you follow it along in a very logical fashion, okay? So I want you to kind of step back for a second and follow along what we did. Right in the beginning, we said we have no money. We're going to use the pro system. We're going to go out there. We're going to use Amazon as a supplier for products. We're going to sell it on eBay. Then we said, all right, we're making some money. We're going to take that money. We're going to move on to the elite version of the platform. And now we are going to sell on eBay and other platforms. And we're going to use Amazon. And we're going to use many other places as different sources. Then we said we're going to now get unleash stuff. And we're going to start increasing our dollar per sale, our profit per sale. We're going to start increasing that. Okay, so we did that. Now we are coming to the final stages of this business, of the drop shipping side of business. Of this side of business, the final thing is basically establishing kind of a monopoly. So far, we've been trading in all these different products, like hundreds of products. Instead, now we're going to select 5 to 10 products that are really profitable for us, and we're going to go and we're going to start selling them on Amazon itself. And the reason we're going to go sell on Amazon is because there are very few actual sellers on Amazon, and there's 10 times more buyers on there than eBay has, okay? On top of that, when we find something that we can put on Amazon, other people can't easily undercut us and other people can't easily replicate it. Because when you go to sell on Amazon, you need something that is called a UPC code. Okay, the UPC code is something like the barcode that's behind every single item. When you go to the grocery store and they scan the item, that little barcode in the back, the little tag which has all those little black lines like that, that is basically a barcode which is tied to the UPC code. You need that. So we show you this whole process of how to do that. We actually even get you UPC codes right in here. You can go in here, you can actually get UPC codes instead of trying to set up your own manufacturing plant, all that stuff. You don't have to do any of that. And basically at that point, you have developed a monopoly where you are selling a few products at a high profit margin on Amazon, like Roger showed you with the swing set. So you are selling the swing set, you're making a $300 or $400 profit per sale. And let's say that only once in every 3 days, a person comes on Amazon and purchases your swing set. Now imagine for a second if that happened only once in every 3 days. What does that really mean? That means you're basically making about $4,000 a month just off of that one swing set listing, okay? So that is the whole idea behind monopoly, okay? So hopefully this didn't confuse you guys too much. We're trying to lay down the steps that go all the way from the very beginning where you have no idea this world exists, all the way to where you're basically the kings of this world of dropshipping, okay? So that's why it's a little bit complex, because we're trying to tie in so much stuff in a short period of time. And hopefully that actually attests to the fact this is a real business and this is something that works in the long run, all right? Now, with that said, Um, there are a bunch of questions that we're going to answer very quickly about the basic systems of dropshipping from Amazon to eBay and so on and so forth. The most common question being, what about saturation? If a lot of people start selling on this, won't there be a lot of saturation? Okay, and there's a very simple way to answer that. First of all, you have to understand how the market works. Okay, the way the market works is that there are buyers and there are sellers. Buyers go to find a good deal, sellers supply that product to them, and as the price, as the competition on the seller side increases, they try to undercut each other on prices, so the price goes down. The consumer, which is the buyer, gets the best deal possible. Eventually, people stop competing on the product because it's no longer profitable, and you can move on to a different product. Okay. But because we are not stocking these products ourselves, because we are not actually bringing mass quantities of these in ourselves, we are just drop shipping, we can go do this with thousands of products at the same time. So we have users, for example, who have like 10,000 listings up, and they have 10,000 items on eBay, and they're making, literally 5 figures a month from that. So this whole idea of saturation doesn't really happen the same way in drop shipping business. Okay. On top of that, when you go to Amazon alone, just to Amazon, there are about 22.5 million products on Amazon alone. Okay. So if all you were doing was just the pro stuff, okay, just the pro stuff, just the basic stuff with Amazon and eBay, you would have roughly 22.5 million products to deal with. There is no way that you're going to saturate that easily by any means. Okay, and those products are in flux. They're changing every day. New products are coming out in the market. Old ones are being taken off, and so on and so forth. So you guys don't have to worry about saturation near as much as you might be thinking right now. Okay, and that's not counting the fact that when you go to Elite, now we have all these exclusive places. We have all these other resources where we can get the product from, that we can sell from. So we have no issue of saturation there. Okay, that's one thing. The other question is, what happens when I sell a product? Won't eBay or PayPal hold my money? The PayPal is going to hold my money for a little bit of time. How am I going to use that money to buy the product? Okay, to give you an example, let's say that I wanted to sell, let's say, a salt lamp. Okay, so let's say that I wanted to sell a lamp on eBay. So I go to eBay and I list my pretty lamp for sale. Okay, this lamp is put for sale, and let's say that I'm charging $100 for this, which is ridiculous. I would never pay for that much for a lamp. In fact, I would probably never buy a lamp in the first place, but let's just say that it's sold for $100. This $100 goes into my PayPal account. Okay, I actually get the money right away. However, it takes time to move the money from PayPal to your bank account, and it takes time for PayPal to release those funds right in the beginning. Okay, so right at the start, right in the first listing that you make, you will actually need to go and supply this lamp. So let's say that I go to Amazon, and on Amazon, the lamp costs $75. Okay. So I'm going to go to Amazon. I'm going to buy the lamp for $75. And then I'm going to put the customer who bought from eBay, I'm going to put the customer's address. So the shipping address is the customer's address. Now, when I did that, I basically made some profit there, but you can't immediately use the PayPal money that you received. To get that money, what happens is once you start making some sales, like you've made 10, 20 sales, you call up eBay and you say, hey, I've been selling for a while. Can you make sure that the money is released to me faster? And you'll just get the money released to you way faster. And then you can just use that money right off the bat. You can also go ahead and get a PayPal credit card. PayPal actually supplies credit cards in certain countries. It's not available everywhere, but if you're in the US, for example, you can get a PayPal credit card, and you can just use that credit card to purchase the items from Amazon that you're selling, and that will also be taken care of for you as well. Okay, so those are basically the primary questions that we ever get of the whole method, because it's so simple, it's so clear to see how it works that most people can understand that there is nothing really that insane back there. The worst thing that can happen, the final thing that can happen, which happens very, very rarely, okay, maybe like 5% of the time will this ever happen, is you sell something on eBay, you go back and you see the price has gone up on Amazon, or the product is not available on Amazon. Okay, in very rare cases that happens. If you're using Elite, you can use any of the other sources to get the same item from Amazon. Instead of Amazon, get it from somewhere else. Okay, if you're not using Elite, we actually show you even in Pro how to do that research. And there's we're coming out with our software, which actually tracks in real time if a product goes out of stock, or if a product's price drops or price goes up. All of that stuff is also taken care of for you within the Pro section. Okay, so does that answer all of your questions? Does anybody else have any more questions about this process? Because now we're going to move on to the third step of this whole system, which is all about us generating a long-term passive income. Okay.
Hey Tash, can you put the site up again before we move on? We got some people that are looking. They have to run. Particularly a reverend up in Canada, actually, and he wants to get started.
Alrighty. Well, here you go. I'm sending the link out again to everyone, and the link is right here. I'm gonna make a big note of it right here. Okay. So that's the link. Anybody who needs to leave or anybody who needs to get going on it, that's your link right there. Okay. While this is over here, let me answer this 2 or 3 more questions, and then we'll move on to the step 3. Okay. How are returns handled, or what happens in case I sell a product on eBay? Let's say this lamp. So I sold the lamp, and the guy writes me and he says, "Hey, this lamp is a problem. I don't want this lamp. What do I do in that case?" It's actually, I think it's in module 7. Is that right? It's in training number video 7. What happens there is you actually make a profit even on the return. There are actually ways to do that, and we cover that within the Pro training as well. You can go in. The refund is handled automatically, the return is handled automatically, and there's actually ways in which most of the time you'll end up making a profit even in those cases. Okay, so again, the whole refund or a return issue, you don't have to worry about that either. Okay, what about eBay limits on the account? What about eBay limits when you start right in the beginning? Okay, when you start right in the beginning, eBay actually gives you some limitations. They say you can only list so many items. We want to see that you're legitimate before they'll raise your limits. It's very easy. Just list those items, make a few sales, then call them up, and they'll lift it. We have a whole video that covers specifically that section as well. Okay. Doesn't PayPal ban drop shipping? Absolutely not. In fact, can you go ahead and grab that link for me, Roger? Yeah. Okay. eBay actually very specifically talks about drop shipping. And as you all know, PayPal is actually owned by eBay. Okay. So PayPal very specifically talks, or eBay very specifically talks about this. PayPal has nothing against drop shipping whatsoever. I'm going to go ahead and show you the page on eBay itself. Okay. And that will take care of that. So let me go ahead and hand that out to you guys. All right. So you can see this right here. It says it's product sourcing. Product sourcing, sometimes called drop shipping, is one way to sell items on eBay. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with it. It is completely fine. There is no problem here whatsoever. Okay.
Yeah, this is on eBay's site. This isn't just some blog on Google. Okay.
Yeah, this is eBay themselves telling you that product sourcing is completely fine. It's a legitimate way of selling on eBay. Okay, and there are other sites that we talk about in marketplaces that we talk about in Elite or Unleashed, so on, which are more than happy. They actually talk about this all the time. They say, "Oh, you want to drop ship? Let us import your listings for you," and so on and so forth. There's all sorts of stuff that you can do there. Okay. All right. Now, I think that covers most of the questions. Do you see anything that I missed in there, Roger?
No, just a lot of how to get started and stuff like that. And no, nothing. It's pretty cookie cutter, and you know, we just have a lot of people do it, having massive success.
Right.
So,
and you know, here's the thing: you guys have to just make sure that you get in here, follow the directions. Don't go out there and just start trying to do whatever you want, because eBay does take care about the fact that you guys are not doing something fishy. Just follow the training step by step, use the system exactly as it's taught, and you will have no problem. Okay. And even internationally, there is no problem. Actually, I want to show you guys this. This is something that we got in our support desk yesterday. Okay. And just read this out yourself. Okay. This is a person who works in Afghanistan as a firefighter. Okay. He's on contract. He's over there. His family is in the US, and he just started doing this. His name is Tom. He started doing this, and this is the email that he sent us. This is the message that he sent us. He basically has started selling right off the bat, and he is so excited that he'll actually be able to quit the contract position that he's in Afghanistan. He'll be able to move back. Okay, that's the kind of stuff that we love seeing, and those are the type of results that people are actually getting. And this is somebody who is based in Afghanistan. He doesn't have any time to do this all the time right now, and he's still able to do that. And we have a massive team in Australia. We have a massive team of people in Italy that are working on this. We have people in Ireland. We have a lot of people in many, many different places. The main thing is that you actually have to follow the very specific things that we talk about in there. There's actually something called titling. That's very, very important. It's crucial that you guys understand that you do that right. If you don't do that right, you're not going to see the same type of results. So make sure that you're actually following the results. Okay. Javier just wrote in and he said, I made over $1,100 in my first 5 weeks doing this. Okay. This is a real business model. We showed you guys this live. There's nothing fancy or there's nothing like hidden in here. It's all right in the open. Just go ahead and get going on that. Okay, that's all there is to it. Now,
hey Tash, can you bring up real quick the world map on Alexa and show what the greens mean when you're over there, just to, in our short month, how this is spreading all over the world?
Yes, absolutely. Well, let me go ahead and show you guys. This is actually our Alexa ranking for DS Domination. Okay. This is basically showing us how popular this is. This is ranked 2000 in the US, and this is actually going up by the day. And here is a map of all the people that are coming to our site or who are part of our site from different parts in the world. Okay, you can see we have people from Russia, we have people from Australia, US, quite a few obviously. We have Canada, we have UK right here, South Africa, we have some India. I mean, there's basically everywhere all over the world, we have people who are already doing this, and people are being very, very successful doing this already. Okay. But let me move on to step 3, because that will actually satiate a lot of the other questions that a lot of you guys might have. Because one of the very obvious questions that comes up is, so do I have to keep doing this forever? Do I have to keep doing this whole thing forever? Do I have to keep listing and following the process and selling forever if I want to keep making $5,000, $6,000 a month? Okay, that is what all of step 3 is about. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on over here and talk about step 3. Now, step 3, our goal, like earlier it was profitability and then a full-time income. Our goal is generating a massive passive income, okay? Which means an income on pure autopilot, okay? Now, this is everybody's goal in life. This is not like one of those internet dreams that somebody has because of YouTube or something weird like that. This is one of the goals that everybody in life has, okay? And one of the things that I often like to point out is if you follow the economic activity of a person across their lifetime, okay, normal economic activity, I'm not talking about somebody who's online or something like that. Here's what the usual scale of somebody's life looks like, okay? This is their income, and this is their age, okay? And it's basically something like this, okay? They make very little money when they're very young. They start making more money as they get more qualified, they get more experience. They basically are at the peak income point of their life between the ages of 35 and 55. Their income kind of starts going down after that, and it basically goes down quite a bit towards the end of their time, okay? This is the normal activity of people, and what everybody's aim when they're at this stage in life, at this stage they all hope that they will put enough in investment or enough in saving that they'll be able to continue increasing their income from their investments, okay? This is not a pipe dream. This is what everybody works towards, so they can leave something to their children or leave something to their grandchildren and so on and so forth, okay? Now, that is exactly what our model is here, okay? In step 1, we were making not a whole lot of money, but our aim was to start making profits. So we did that. Our step 2 was to maximize our income, to start making income in many different sources. And then we started using Unleashed and Monopoly. Our aim was to make massive income. We did that. Now our aim is to convert all of this into a passive income so that we can stop working all the time. So we can actually have true freedom in our life. And that's what step 3 is all about. Okay? So here's what step 3 does for us. the basic understanding behind generating passive income or generating a huge income is basically that you have to be able to get three conditions satisfied. You have to be able to generate a residual income, you have to be able to get leverage on it, and it has to be self-sufficient. Okay, this is a very crucial test, and there's basically nothing out there that actually follows this or actually is able to fulfill this properly. Okay, and here's how that breaks down. So let's get rid of that. Whether you work a job or you are an affiliate marketer or whatever you are, here is the basic life cycle. Here's basically what's happening in the economic activity of every single company out there. Okay, and then you have an employee or affiliate. Okay, so all of you guys are familiar with these terms right here. Okay, here's what's happening in step 3. Traditionally, you as an employee or as a salesperson, as an affiliate or whatever your job is to basically go out and get a customer or help a customer or in some way contribute to the company acquiring customers. The customer then gives some money to the company for a product. The company in turn gives some money to you as an employee or an affiliate. If you have ever been a part of a network marketing company, your job is to bring in customers, then the customers pay the company for the juice or whatever, and the company gives you some money. Okay, if you are part of a traditional business, it's the same thing. It's the same cycle happening all the way around. Now, the problem in this whole system is that you are directly or indirectly dependent on this customer's dollars coming in. If the customer is not making enough money himself, okay, so let's consider the customer is from his economic activities generating some dollars somewhere. If the customer is not generating enough dollars, then he's not going to pay into the company forever, and the company is not going to pay you forever. Okay, and I guarantee that there are people on this webinar right now, out of the hundreds that are on here, who have experienced this, right? This is part of what happened with the recession, that now the customer doesn't have the money to waste or spend, so he's not going to spend the money, and it ends. The same thing happens with all network marketing companies and all affiliate programs out there, okay? Because when you promote and you get some customers in, a month later, 2 months later, 3 months later, the customer is no longer going to pay into the company. You're no longer going to make money from that. So you have to go back out and you have to spend all of this money acquiring new customers to try and make some money. Okay. So if we wanted to fix this model, if we want to correct this model, then we would require it to match these 3 conditions. Okay. So the first condition is that you as the affiliate or as the employee need to receive a residual income from any economic activity. Okay, so we did that. What we did is that in the affiliate program, we created an affiliate program within DS Domination, and we said you're going to get a residual monthly income from every sale generated within DS Domination. Okay, so because it has a monthly $19.95 for Pro, and because there's a monthly cost for Elite, you guys basically get a monthly income from these residual costs that are coming in. Residual income that is coming into you. The second thing that we did is we said, okay, we need leverageability, which means that you should be able to benefit from the activities or the work done by the people who you initially introduced. Okay, so that's called leverageability. Now, in this case, you are going to be leveraging and you're going to actually be earning a significant income from the activities of people who at one point you helped acquire. Okay, so this is like as an employee, you basically help the company get a customer, and you're going to now even benefit from when this customer refers somebody else to the company. Okay, and this actually happens all the time. If you're a realtor, you go out, you get a house for the customer, then you tell them go refer somebody. The customer goes and tells their friend who's looking to buy a house in the same area, go use my realtor. It helps the realtor company, and then it helps you. Okay, it's the same leverageability kind of system built in. So what we did is that we built in 10 tiers of leverageability into the system. That means for 10 levels deep, you would still be benefiting from all economic activity and all transactions that happen between DS Domination and any customer. Okay, I'm going to break this down a little bit more in just a few minutes here. And then finally, the biggest important, and this is the key thing here, is self-sufficiency. And this is where basically there's very, very little out there that ever matches up to this. Self-sufficiency requires that this whole model here, should actually generate an income for the customer. Okay, so I'm going to draw a green dollar sign for the customer. You all remember this infamous green dollar sign that Roger was making here. We're going to put that green dollar sign here. So the customer is generating a green dollar, and his cost to the company is a red dollar. Okay, and here is how this basically plays out. It's a very simple formula. If the green dollar is greater than the red dollar, then the customer company relationship is self-sufficient. Okay, all this means in very simple terms is that because this customer is making enough money from outside sources, he's going to continue to spend the money with the company, and the company is going to continue to pay its employee or its affiliate. You can imagine that if this was the model that each individual company was running, no company would ever go out of business, and no affiliate or employee would ever have to be fired, right? So this is exactly what's going on here, and we call this the COM model, or the cost offset model. Okay, cost offset model, because we're offsetting the cost that the customer incurs, and then we can reward the employee or the affiliate perpetually. Okay, so this is why every other system and every other company out there fails. They fail because if it's a network marketing company or an MLM company, then you have to do this, right? You have to go out and you have to hire more people under you, and those people have to develop their downline and so on. But exponentially, you are basically spreading the misery, because people at the very bottom are never going to generate enough income. So they're going to start dropping out because they're required to recruit others. So they're going to start dropping out until eventually everybody's dropping out and you're making less and less income, and you have to keep going out and finding ways to replace them. That's basically a failing model. It never has succeeded. It never will succeed because it's mathematically designed to fail. And that's why 97% of the people who try out this model fail. Okay, and it's astounding to me how so many people very readily say it's because people didn't work hard enough, or people were just unlucky, or people were this, or people were that. No, the problem is the model itself is flawed. In a model where the customer makes nothing and he's expected to forever keep paying the company, so that the company can give a part of that to the affiliate, it's designed to fail. It'll never succeed. That's why this fails. On the other hand, the DS domination model is the cost offset model, which is the customer comes in. So if you are the affiliate and you bring in a customer to DS domination, the customer is generating his income from eBay and Amazon and all of this drop shipping that he's doing in all these different steps. And we in turn pass all of that money on to you. And we say, hey, the customer is satisfied. He's making an income. You should be rewarded for bringing the customer in. So we're going to reward you by paying you for that. And not only for your effort, but for a leverage effort of 10 years deep. It's a self-sufficient model, and it's a residual income. So you don't have to constantly go out there and keep getting new customers, which is the problem with standard affiliate marketing, which is that you might make 100 sales in 1 month, but then the next month you have to go out and generate those 100 sales all over again, or you will not generate your income. Okay, so this is the whole idea behind step 3, which is why we built in our own affiliate system, our own affiliate reward system within DS domination. Now, like with all of the other stuff before it, all of the costs that you incur in step 3 come from the profits that you've already been making in stages 1 and 2. So in step 1 and 2, you've already been generating a profit. Now you're going to use that. You're going to come to step 3. You're going to activate yourself as an affiliate. Okay, the cost to become an affiliate is actually $9.95 a month, which covers your covers all the support costs, covers the payment processing costs, covers all of the marketing tools costs that you get, and all of the good stuff there. And on top of that, if you want, you can access a whole other marketing suite that we have made available, which costs $199, which is completely optional. You guys don't have to get it if you're an awesome marketer. You don't need it. But if you wanted to get it, where we do all the traffic generation for you, where we do all the lead generation for you, and all of the good stuff, then you can go get that as well. And that's called Market Extreme, okay, Marketing Extreme. Now, at this point, do you guys understand what this cost offset model is and why every other company is basically going to fail eventually, okay? And then I'm going to give you guys some
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Statistics.
I'm sorry. While you're bringing those up, I just want to jump in here really quick because, you know, when my daughter, I took my daughter to Disneyland, Disney World, sorry, last year, and you know, we spent like 2 or 3 days there, and we saw just Pocahontas to pink flamingos to candies to cookies to everything. And then you get home and she goes to report to grandma. It's like, what did you see? And she says, the airplane had pretzels. Okay, because there's so much stuff. And it's so incredible. There's only so much you can retain as you go through. And I'm not saying you guys are my little girls or something like that, but as humans, we can't you can't encapsulate everything here. But the real quick points of it all are before he brings up the statistics and stuff is one, start with next to nothing. Put some money in your pocket for the first time. Feel the power of that. Feel that there is a way out. Feel there is a way to change your life finally. Then scale it up with step 2, and the step 1 was $19.95 a month, or basically free with the cash out offers. Don't pull out a $100 bill right away if you don't want to. Go make the $100 bill after you get in pretty much for free. Then go scale up. Let us prove ourselves again. Start putting thousands in the bank. Awesome. We proved ourselves again. You're loving us. You're celebrating with us. There's help desk support. There's Facebook groups. We're here to support you. Your upline will support you. We're doing webinars all week long, training webinars on these models over and over again, different training on pro, training on elite, everything else, okay? And then you're at that elite level, and then you say, you know what? I'm making thousands of dollars, and these guys are telling me that I can go get this unleashed and make even more money doing the same thing. You'll discover, and again, you started with next to nothing. You worked your way up. Now you're unleashed. And then you're just going crazy. And now you're thinking, you're starting to see the world in a different view. I can't describe it to you. It'll just happen. And then you'll go and get involved with the monopoly where it's walk away from work. And there's different models you can already walk away from work. And that's where you drew the line out and you came with the passive income, because recognize that you're still listing on eBay or you're still listing on Amazon. You're answering customers' questions. You're not laying brick or anything like that. No, when we get to this passive income model, okay, I know you're feeling a little bit of warmth and you're getting it, but I'll tell you what this is. If you've seen the movie A Beautiful Mind, where he came out with a new model for economics, and then that model was adopted and became the standard in school today, that's what this is in network marketing. We didn't go too much into my past, but I know more about network marketing than a lot of people, okay? I was the top recruiter in every single company I'd ever been in, but I'd watch my team constantly fail and fail and fail and fail. And those little circles he has in the top right. He rose from the bottom up. I recruit the top person in the world, and he recruits the second top person right down to the millionth person that's the top recruiter, who's my great-grandmother. But my great-grandmother can't recruit, so she quits, and then the next person up quits, and he rose from the bottom up, so he can't make any money with that because the customer never wins. So how do they offset that in affiliate marketing, network marketing? They come up with 3 for free. If the customer goes out and gets 3 customers, theirs is free, and the customer doesn't go get 3 customers. They don't want to get 3 customers, okay? They just want to live. They want to eat pizza and then live life. But here, with our product that is this training, our customers make money. There's nothing else like that. If you took this same model and pretended you were a Walmart customer and you walked into the company that was Walmart, and then because you shopped at Walmart and the lights were on, there's product, and the employee got paid, imagine if you walked out of Walmart and you spent $20 on a sweater and the greeter on the way out said, here's your 40 bucks. Are you going back to Walmart or are you going to Kmart the next day, right? This is a perpetual model, self-sustaining, like cold fusion type stuff that just doesn't exist anywhere, okay? Now, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just get so wound up about this stuff. I'm so excited. So this is the separation. This is where the residual income. Learn eBay, scale it all the way up to the top, put thousands in your pocket, and then, hey, if you feel like letting your aunt know how easy this is and you can make money, just sharing it with your aunt. If you want to, we don't care. You will. Everybody else is, because you want to help your aunt out. Not because you want to make money off your aunt or your uncle or your mom, but because you're like, Mom, you could use a couple $1,000s a month. You got to check this out. This is our model, okay? It's organic growth. It's sharing a good movie, and that's where the passive income talk comes from that we're presenting here in step 3. I'll go back to a test where you can bring out the mechanics and the data and what we're seeing so far, point blank, for you guys. Back to you, Atesh.
Thank you. Please interrupt me again whenever you want. Okay, I like listening to you more than talking. So, okay, listen. Here's the thing. First of all, am I allowed to mention other companies by name to make an example or no?
They always say not to. I always do. So we're not
Okay.
status quo.
All right. Well, I'll give you guys some very specific numbers. Okay. Now, I saw this question in here earlier, so I'm going to answer this question at the same time. The question was, how long have you guys been around? Now, this whole eBay and eBay system, this teaching of the eBay and then going to Elite and this kind of stuff has been going on for a year and a half. Okay. So we have a ton of data. We have a ton of case studies. We have all this awesome stuff. The problem that we had was always with step 3, because step 3 was never internal to us. We always had to partner up or work with some other company. Okay. And because every other company uses the standard model and not the cost offset model, they always would fail. Right. And this is actually part of the reason why Roger was always the #1 recruiter in every company, because he would use step 1 and 2 to kind of lead towards the company or whatever company he wanted to promote. Now, here is the thing. We've been around for, we actually just concluded our first month as DS Domination, as the company name DS Domination, with all of our software, with our step 1, 2, and 3, all aligned, all internalized. Okay, here are our numbers. We have 4,000 plus paid users. Okay, those are paid users in our first month. Okay, most companies will not see that in their lifetime. The reason we have that in our first month is not because we have such awesome big guys promoting us, which we do. Okay, but that's not the reason. The reason is the organic growth to this. The reason is the viral growth. The reason is that when somebody first time uses Pro and they make their first sale on eBay, they go to Facebook and they write, woohoo, I just sold my first iPhone cover on eBay. And you get all of these people coming in and generating a buzz about it. And that's how it starts happening. Okay. So we have 4,000 plus users in our first month from that alone. Okay. That's primarily where they're coming from. Out of them, to the best of our abilities, the best calculations that we can run internally, 83% are in profits in their first month already. And vast majority of them, that happened within their first week. Okay. So understand something here. We're talking about an industry, we're talking about online stuff where 97% of people fail. That means 3% of people ever make a profit. Okay. We saw 83% in our first month make profits. Now, within that 83%, I'm sure you can imagine there are going to be people who just didn't take action. There are going to be people who did take action, but there were some other weird things going on with them, or they had been banned from eBay in the past or something weird like that, right? So despite that, we had that high of a success rate. Our company's retention rate was actually over 91%, which means that more than 91% of the people who joined us in our first month decided to stick on and continue on to the second month. And again, in this industry, usually that's more like 60%. Okay, so 91% plus people continued to next month, while in standard model, okay, usually that's about 60%. Okay. Now I'm going to actually contrast this with a very popular company. I hope everybody knows this is not meant to be something against the company, but this is supposed to show you the difference between the two basic models. Okay. I hope everybody has, or I'm sure most people of you here have known of a company named Empower Network. Okay. They did really well within this old model, within the old model of network marketing or old model of affiliate marketing, whatever you want to call it. To date, Empower Network has generated 7,100 people, affiliates, who have made any income. Okay, that's out of, I think it was 150,000, something like that, 150, 160,000. Now, you guys can see right there the problem. That comes to roughly 3%. That's 3.2% or something like that, right? It's like 4.
And they're above the normal. They're above the norm.
Right. That's my point. They did really well for the old model. But there's something else here. That's the people who made any income. That's not profitable people. That's not people who made more money than they spent. That's people who made any income at all. Okay. Completely the opposite results of what we saw over here, where 83% of the people were profitable. That means they made more money in their first month than they spent in the entire system. And that's because of this cost offset model. Okay, this is the reason why the customers are making money, which is everybody who's using Pro or Elite and all of the other renditions. Anybody using that, they're making money. All of our affiliates, because of this insane retention rate and the insane conversion rates, they are making money. And as a company, obviously, we are doing quite well, right? We are staying afloat. We're doing okay, even though we turn back and we spend most of our money back into marketing and back into making the system even more awesome and more software development and all that good stuff. This is why we are successful. This is why we are not like other companies where the companies just fold up suddenly out of nowhere because they can't retain any customers. Okay, so this right here is the contrast. This right here is the best of the old model. And this right here is a result of our model. I think it's very obvious which company would survive without a bailout, right? If we currently, unfortunately, we probably have the government trying to bail one of the two companies out. But we would not fail because we are organically going to keep growing and growing and growing and growing basically forever, okay? So that is the whole idea behind the cost offset model and why it works as well as it does and how the customer actually gets this money in, okay? How the customer gets the money and then you as an affiliate keep getting the money in and so on and so forth. Okay, let me go ahead and break down the 10 tiers really quickly for you. And I wish that Kevin was here because he does a much better job of this. But here are the 10 tiers, 10 tier payouts, okay? So level 1 is you get 50% commissions. Now that's awesome because that means that if you ever generated 2 sales, you would basically have made your cost back. So when you generate 2 sales for Pro, you are making $10 each on Pro per month, which means you're making $20 a month from referring 2 sales for Pro. Okay, and this plays out across all the products. So you're going to make 50% of Pro, you're going to make 50% of Elite, so that's $10 a month. You make $50 per month on Elite, which is $99 a month. You make 50% of Unleash, which is 50% of $249, which is $125. You make 50% of Monopoly, which is $250 out of the $500 cost. And that is basically all of your awesome payouts that are coming in just on your level 1. Okay, now again, this is very, very strongly structured to reward people immediately. It's very much strongly designed to reward people right off the bat. So if you were to go on Facebook and post, I just sold this on eBay by using the DS Domination platform, you're not becoming a salesperson. You're not suddenly trying to sell them on magical benefits of the latest pill or the latest, I don't know, some juice or some coffee or whatever it is. You're not trying to sell people on something like that. You're not trying to get them to do something that they wouldn't naturally do. Most people out there know about Elite, eBay, they know about Amazon, they know about other companies, they know about Walmart and how all the business is done. So when you say something like that, it does not throw them off. It does not say, oh, you are weird. I didn't know you were involved in some MLM or something. It's pretty straightforward, right? To clarify this point, Pro is monthly, Elite is monthly, Unleash and Monopoly are one time, okay? So basically, you're generating a residual income right here, plus you're getting all of this bonus money coming in big chunks from Unleashed and Monopoly, okay? So these are not monthly costs. These are just one-time costs to you guys, or these are one-time commissions to you guys because they're one-time costs, okay? And Elite is a $99 a month cost, and Pro is a $19.95 a month cost, okay? Now, on level 2, you get 10%. So that means that if I posted on Facebook and I said, I just sold this on eBay, this is awesome, and then Roger saw my post and he went and he tried out DS Domination and he made a post on his Facebook and he said, I just did this and it's awesome, and then Kevin saw the post and he goes signs up, I still get rewarded for that, okay? So that means that I would get 10% on Pro, Elite, Unleash, all of this stuff. I'm going to continue to get 10% on level 2. On level 3, it goes to 5%. Level 4, we have 3%. Level 5, we have 2%. And then from level 6 through 10, you have 1%. Okay, that basically adds up to 75%, right? So we as a company actually pay out far more in affiliate commissions than most of the companies do. And there is no weird crazy stuff like you're passing up a sale, or this guy went into somebody else, or this happened here, or that happened there. None of that weirdness. It's a very straightforward, easy to understand system. And the reason we don't have any of that weirdness is because we are very confident in what we have. So we don't have to hide behind layers of, you're going to make money when Susie comes in, and then Susie refers Bob, and then Bob refers Joe, but Joe gets passed up, and then Bob didn't get Joe, and blah, blah, blah. You don't have any of that crazy stuff. It's very straightforward. It's very, very easy to follow. Okay. There are only two conditions for you to be a successful affiliate. Okay. There are only two conditions. One is you must be an active affiliate. Okay. That means that you should have your affiliate section active, which costs $9.95 per month. And two, you must own the product you are promoting. Okay. Here's how that's structured. Even though I say it that way, really what that means is you either need to own the product yourself, or you should have generated three sales off it. Okay. So let's say that you did not want to purchase Unleash, or you did not want to purchase Monopoly, right? When you generate 3 sales, you will start getting commissions on that from that point on. So you'll automatically qualify once you have generated 3 sales, or if you own it, if you have followed this process of step 1, 2, 3, then you already own it, and you're going to get commissions right off the bat anyway. Okay. So this just makes sure that you have either owned it, or you have actually referred sales for it. This prevents people from basically trying to buy it for themselves from their own links and get commissions on themselves and weird stuff like that. That's why we have that protection built in to prevent abuse of it. But this is really as simple as it is. So as you can imagine, on the affiliate side of things, we are by far the strongest. We're basically the only company out there that has the cost offset model. We're the only company that works in that regard. We're the only company where you can actually technically join for virtually free, and you can have your customers or have your downline making the money back within the first 3 to 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay. We're the only company where you don't need to recruit anyone. You don't need to sell anybody on anything to generate an income with that. And we're the only guys that you will probably meet who are not going to try and sell you on everything. What we are most concerned about is that you actually follow the steps properly, you generate income properly. Okay. So at this point, let me ask you guys a very straightforward question. Is there anything that would prevent you from not working with DS Domination? Is there anything that you could point to and say, yeah, I don't like that, other than my accent and other than the way I explain things? And other than Roger's laugh. He sounds very condescending sometimes.
Ha 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 ha.
There you go. So other than those things, do you have any reasons why you could say, yeah, I don't like this part about this company? All right, awesome. There we go. So far, nobody can point out anything that is bad. Well, and we know that because there isn't anything bad. No. Okay. Let me just say there is one thing that you guys would need to do. Okay, there's only one thing that I request that when you guys start this, and that is your attitude. Okay, that is literally the only thing that's going to define what you do with this in the future. Okay, it's very, very important, because I'm telling you this. We are in the support desk ourselves. We have seen that stuff ourselves. We have people who will come in and they will try it out. They will say, I put my posting up 3 days ago and I've had 9 postings up and I didn't see a sale yet. There must be something wrong. Okay. And 9 times out of 10, all they have to do is to go back, rewatch the video on how to title their listings properly, retitle them, and they will get results. And we literally see this happen in the sales desk all the time, in the help desk. People will come in and then Roger will go and he'll say, I saw your listings, you got to fix your listing titles, and you'll be good to go. But there'll be people who come and they'll say, I tried this for 3 days. That's it. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm moving on to something else. And then they go join Empower or something. Okay, that's fine. But there are other people who have written it and they've said, you know, it took me 7 days. I had to get on the phone with eBay 7 times because I live in I don't know, Latvian islands or something weird, and we don't have eBay here and blah blah. But you know, I went through the process. I really pushed the limits. I made sure I stuck with it. And today it's day 8, and I just made my first $100 in profit. Okay. And I'm giving you an example which is very, very rare and very, very hard. I mean, right now, majority of the people, it's just full of celebration because of the results people are getting. Like I said, 83% of the people, you will never hear that statistic in any company. In fact, every company hides how many people are actually making money, how many people are actually profitable. And they'll try to confuse it as much as they can because they want to make it seem like everybody's succeeding with them and they're not. Okay, I just gave you, this is probably the highest numbers that any company has right now. And if you really put that in percentage numbers, that's horrible. And it's sad, but it is. It's a horrible number if you really look at how many of them made any profit. Okay, this is just an income. That means somebody spent 10,000 and made 8,000. That's still considered a successful affiliate. In our case, that would be considered a loss. So we just are different. The only thing that is going to define from this point on how will you do is with the attitude. If you guys go for it, if you guys use this, and we are here to help. I mean, open a support ticket if you need help. Go ahead and attend our webinars. In fact, this is a very important thing. When you go ahead and join Pro or Elite, when you join Pro, go to this live training page. Every single Saturday, on every second Saturday, so basically every on bi-weekly basis, every Wednesday, we have a live training session for Pro people. So you can get on there, you can ask us live questions, you can say, I posted this, can you take a look at my listing, what should I change? And the same thing with the Elite. We do a bi-weekly training for Elite users. You can go on there and ask us questions and we will help you every step of the way. We want to make sure that you guys are being successful with this, okay? Actually, Chuck just wrote in and Chuck said, I just made 5 sales today while I sat in geometry, physical science, honors English, and Spanish for honors. Love it when my phone goes cha-ching. Okay, that's exactly what I'm getting at. This is actually so successful. This is so good. You guys can absolutely do this if you would just follow the instructions and take your time doing it properly. The worst thing that you can do is you get into Pro and you're just like, oh, let me watch the video. Okay, let me skip through this part. I know what eBay is. I'm going to skip through this. I'm going to skip through that. And then you skip through half the videos and then you go ahead and you make something and then you say a week later, I didn't make any sales yet. That's the worst thing you can do. Just make sure you don't do that, and it's nearly impossible for you not to succeed.
That's pretty awesome.
Oh, it's Kevin. The gentle voice that you just heard, that is a stark contrast to my gritty, grisly, weird sound, is Kevin Hokoana, Sergeant Kevin Hokoana. He's actually in the Air Force. He's stationed in Japan, and he's one of the wonderful people behind DS Domination, which stands for Drop Shipping Domination. So I'm going to have Kevin give us some words of wisdom here. Hopefully we leave a little more enlightened after he's done. But I just wanted to point out one thing before I hand it over to Kevin. I'm actually logged into one of the accounts of one of the users, and you can see right here, these are the affiliate commissions that this person has made. Jason Rose, who's actually a very good friend of mine. These are commissions that he has made in the past roughly 3 weeks. If you add it up, it's basically almost $10,000. So this is coming from his step 3 side. This is coming from his residual passive income side of step 3 right here. And we have other people who have already crossed 5 figures in here. So this is working so very well for everyone. Now I'm going to shut up, and we're going to have Kevin put us all to sleep.
Well, I think put us all to sleep. I think Roger had something you wanted to say. Were you trying to say something, Roger?
Master Sergeant Kevin Hokoana.
Oh, thank you. Yes, Master Sergeant. How's everybody doing here? I'm sorry I showed up a little bit late, guys. I was doing some training exercises, and then we had to stop because we ran out of money. So I'm just joking. We didn't run out of money. So the government shutdown doesn't affect the military. So how's everyone doing on this call, man? This is cool. I'm looking in the chat. We got so many people going on here. I watched a little bit of what these guys were going over, and I never get tired of seeing this webinar and this business model because it's so powerful. And I see a couple people were popping in there saying, I'm making sales. So, for those of you who have been in here for more than 5 minutes, can you guys post in the chat box real quick how much what you've done in sales, what you've done in the last 2 weeks, especially you new guys. If you can get in there, I really want to hear what your success is. We love seeing this in the chat box. Look at this. About $1,000 bucks. $1,674 from Matt. Yes. $600 in 2 weeks. This is crazy. This is my favorite part, guys. I just like hopping on here and not providing any value, just looking in the chat and seeing how many people made money.
Yeah, what the heck? We've been working all night, Mr. Celebration Cotton Candy. Just kidding.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. Got 8 reps. Never did that so fast. This is cool. Make sales every day. Keep them coming, guys. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. This is awesome. $200 in 3 days. 18 bucks in the first 24 hours.
Just so all of you guys can see this as well. Here, I'm going to show you guys on screen what we are seeing. Okay, this is actually exactly what we are seeing right now. So you should be able to see this on my screen now.
Beautiful. You guys are awesome.
Just so you can know.
That's Central Time, right? You're in.
Yeah, I'm in Central. I'm in Texas, so this is Central Time. That's why you see 8:45 p.m. That's exactly right now. All of this stuff coming in. But here's something. This part is always so awesome. How many companies do you know where they ask people to show the results of what they are making with their product? Do you ever find somebody saying to you, hey, show them how much money you made from our shake? Everybody go post it and we're going to show you the results.
Oh, I'd love that.
You know,
they should have to do that.
Too cool. And on the flip side, though, we have better people than all those other companies. So
yeah.
We have a better family. These guys are awesome. It's crazy. It's totally different world. It's amazing when somebody joins DS. They immediately go from I'm not happy and they're upset and they're not loving life and they're a little bit afraid to even work their network marketing company. They don't want to talk about it. They're a little embarrassed and a little ashamed of it. To, hey, this works and I can be proud of what I'm doing. I'm confident with what I'm doing because I'm actually making money for the first time. And you guys saw Hitesh's the cost offset model. Without that model, one, none of the affiliate side of this is possible. And two, it's destined to fail either by government regulation down the road, because we know how this stuff's going in our industry with government regulation, or two, they just won't make money and they'll drop out. And people are getting smarter. They've been at this for 60 years, 70 years since Amway came up, and they've smartened up to it. They know, hey, you know, it's a negative connotation in our environment. Somebody says, look at my network marketing company, you think Ponzi scheme, you think scam, you think, because nobody, they've been involved with it. Their uncle tried it a long time ago, tried to get them in their juice company, didn't make money. We've had all these negative experiences with it. But when you say, hey, I'm selling things on eBay, people immediately ask you, how are you doing that? And you know what? Eventually they're going to say, well, how did you pay down your mortgage? And you're going to say selling on eBay. And then they're going to want to know how you did it. So it's just an amazing, totally different scenario because you can actually make money here. And what we're doing is we're shattering all of the problems that we have in our industry. One by one, we're tackling those problems. And problem number one is getting somebody paid. And you see on this chat right here, we tackled that. We tackled that a month ago. It's done. What's next? So we're taking all the misconceptions and all the bad things that are in our industry space, and we're just tossing them off aside. And we're going to be the new model. And it's not even going to really be us. I say we, but when I say we, I mean people like, you know, Daniel, Rodney, Scott, Kenya, Yvonne, you know, all the folks on this call right now that are posting in here. Andrew, Melissa, Randy, Diane, James, you guys on this call. This is your model, your company, and you guys are going to be a part of really just helping people get paid. So I'll shut up. I just want to come out. I love this stuff. I love to see the success, because that's really, it's so hard in other companies. You get people say you got to stick in there when things are bad. Well, things are always bad in those companies. How much can you stick in there, right? It's always bad. You might have been in the company for 4 years. It was always bad. You might have made $5, but you spent $1,200. So here, it's the exact opposite. We don't have to say, stick in there, hold your chin up, you know, you can do this. You can do this, and you're going to figure that out really fast when you make money.
The other thing that they like saying is you just haven't spent enough, you haven't put enough effort in, and you haven't gone all in yet. And that's such bad advice. Tell me something. How many of you...
It's a long-term play. That's what we call it. It's a long-term play.
Yeah, what's that even supposed to mean? So you guys, here's what happens in companies. You go in, you spend like $600-700 or whatever. You spend all this money in, and then you point out that you've been working hard and you see no results and the system doesn't work, right? And that's what this whole point was. The whole point of this cost offset model is that the system that everybody keeps talking about, we have the system. But that system is what doesn't work in the first place. So when you point that out, they say, well, you just haven't
done enough work yet. You haven't been in here long enough. You're too focused on the short term. You're not focused on the long term enough. Or they'll say, well, you just haven't gone all in yet. You need to spend 5,000 more with our company, and then you will get results. What a stupid idea. Think about it. Would you ever, tell me something, would you ever go to your parents? If your parents came to you and they said, I just lost $80,000 in the stock market, would you ever say to him, oh, you're just too focused on the short term. Maybe you just need to spend 100,000 more and then you'll be successful. Would you ever say that? That's so horrible. That just is like a messed up idea. And we throw that around so easily. We throw that around at people as if that makes sense when it doesn't. It's just horrible. I don't like that at all. Roger will tell you, he really got. There were times when everybody gets frustrated with me at times, but Roger in particular got really frustrated with me at one point because when we were working this earlier, and I told you guys how we did not have a step 3 that was internal. We had a step 3 that was in another company, and I would always point. I was like, how is this coffee making the average guy any money? How is this coffee working out for people? And he was not very happy with me for a while for pointing that out over and over. But the thing is that he saw that too, and that's why he was so geared up about moving into this and saying, yeah, we need to control step 3. We need to have the cost offset model in place so that it actually works, because he saw that same problem as being the top producer in the company. So you guys heard that little background noise there? That was Roger preparing to cut me off in case I said something too much. And then he just stopped when he realized I wasn't going to say something bad about it. But hey, you know what I'm going to do? So what happens is every now and then Roger on Skype will like send me like, oh, I'm on Skype and somebody just put this. So I have a few screenshots that I just noticed I have saved on my computer. I'm just going to show you guys. These are some of the things that other people are putting out there regarding DS Domination. You guys can see this for yourself. Okay, built a monthly for $2,500 a month. Again, this is not from recruiting people into a system. This is from using the training and the software that we're talking about. Okay, here's Peggy Moore. She just sold something for the first time. Here's Jeff, and Jeff is awesome. Jeff is crushing, changing lives. Roger really meant this as a compliment, but apparently in his world, crushing lives is a good thing. So, but yeah, so apparently he's doing really well. Here's Kay Kirkpatrick. She's super excited. This is the only one where I made money my very first week, more than double what I paid for with my membership and just getting started. Here's Landon. Within the first 12 hours of listing, a net profit of $7.50. Here's actually some of our numbers from a previous webinar. Here's another webinar. Here's more stuff. All of these sales coming in. Anyway, you guys can keep looking at all of this. As you can see, awesome results. And let me continue with the questions. So, should we list only items that are shipped from and sold by Amazon? That's Barbara's question. Roger, do you want to field that?
Yeah, absolutely. If you're referring to it in the Pro where you're just working with Amazon and not referring to the other sites or any other levels, and you're sourcing through Amazon, there's other sellers that do sell on Amazon. For the most part, you'll stay away from those other sellers that are selling on Amazon because you don't know. It could be Joe Schmo that has one broken item. They're not completely reliable. You'll see some other major companies selling on there that you can certainly source, but for the most part, you're going to be using Amazon in the Pro and not other sellers that sell on Amazon.
Cool deal. Okay, Ronnie, regarding your question, there's only one affiliate fee of $9.95. It covers everything. It covers Pro, it covers Elite, it covers Market Extreme, Monopoly, Unleashed. It covers every single product in there. You don't have to pay $9.95 a month for each of those products. But if you would like to, you're more than welcome to. We'll take it. Can I use the cash out fund for the Elite? Well, the cash out offers is basically you can use it for whatever you want. Okay, so you use the cash out offers, and you take that money and you can use it for whatever you want. There's that's completely up to you. You want to take that money and you want to go eat ice cream and go to McDonald's, you can do that. You have complete freedom to do so. Okay, so there, as you can see, there's a whole lot of these. Okay, so hopefully that answers the question. Moving on. How soon do I have to start promoting? Can I reverse the system basically? Yes, you can absolutely do this in reverse. So I've had actually people do this already. There are people who, what they do is, you can start at step 3, which means you get all the products, you activate your affiliate, and you start generating income with the affiliate side first, okay? Because you might be really good at the affiliate side of things. So you start promoting and generating income with that, and then you use all of your income to basically fund your growth on eBay, Amazon, or whatever you're selling. So you absolutely can do that this the other way as well. Look, here is one thing. This is structured as step 1, 2, 3 because we're talking about the general average person right now, okay? But everybody's in a different place. Everybody has different skill sets. There are people in DS Domination who have never sold a single thing on eBay, but they're making a ton of money with the affiliate side because that's what they're focused on. That's what they want to do. And there are people who will never touch the affiliate side, and they're making $7,000 a month with just eBay. Okay, and there are some who are making money with the elite sources and elite marketplaces, and they're not even touching eBay. So this is a very, very flexible system. It is all about where you are, what you're comfortable with, what you are doing right now. Okay, this is not about us trying to box you into a little system and saying, "Hey, dude, you got to go all in and spend all this money and then just magically money will appear in your account from somewhere apparently." So that's not what this is. This is up to you. You want to start with step 3 and you want to get market extreme and you want to get the affiliate side, go for it. You want to get the step 2 first, you want to start focusing on elite right off the bat, you can do that as well. That's totally up to you.
You know what's funny, guys? What's really crazy is that we've been doing this in internet marketing and stuff like this a long time, and basically DS Domination came out of frustration of us seeing everybody fail. No matter what
More
we
out
did,
of
no matter what we
disgust.
taught.
Frustration,
Yeah,
no, disgust.
yeah, and this is true. And a few years back, it was the norm for us to say things. For myself anyway, to say, look, if you're not uncomfortable in your business, then you're probably not making money. You want to get uncomfortable and do things and get out of your comfort zone and do things that you've never done before. I used to say that. And, it fit the business models that I was in, But now my motto is get comfortable. Sit down, relax, don't get out of your norm. List a couple things on eBay, take your time, get in there, and you're going to be amazingly surprised at the results you get. It's just it's just a game changer. Just you don't have to learn any crazy things that are just alien to you. You don't have to learn how to put up a capture page, a sales page, generate a thing called a lead. You don't have to do those things. You just go on and copy and paste a few times. And then you relist that item and let it go. And you make a residual income just from eBay side of the house. For those of you who want to go on and promote, this is the most high converting thing out there, period. And as you can see from our retention and our results, it's got the most stickiness of anything out there because people actually make money as opposed to not making money, like with everything else out there. Most of these companies, 99% of the people don't even make what they're paying into the company. When you hear someone made $1,000 this year in their company, they probably paid $1,200. That's the sad reality. It's really sad out there. So there's nothing out there that for an affiliate marketer wise is going to be a long-term play and worth promoting in the future because you can only do that so many times before people say, you know what, I haven't made any money doing anything you've told me to do. Or you can just put them in DS Domination and show it to them and let them make money. So those are your options. And for those of you who have never done anything before and are looking to build a business or have failed at everything you've done, you've seen the reason why. That screen right there, the customer to company to the employee to the affiliate, that cost offset model is actually the reason why. It's not your fault. It's not like you didn't learn enough or you couldn't do enough. It's not your fault. It's the companies are built that way. If everybody succeed in most companies out there, the company would actually collapse and fail. They know this, so they build it in a way that only so many people can actually succeed. That's what they do. And then they actively look for ways to not promote you in that company and give you more money. Whereas at DS Domination, you're going to be earning on everything you do in eBay. And I want to say this, and then I'll be quiet because I know there's a lot of you on here who just want to get off and get signed up. But when you look at all these network marketing companies, you look how much money you can make with them. We talk about 100% commissions and things of that nature, and those are great companies. Anything we said about any company on here, those are great companies. And if we talk about the company, it's probably because they're one of the best in our industry, except for us. So I just want to throw that out there. But 100% commission is definitely the rave right now, and a lot of companies are looking at their business model and saying, how can we accommodate that 100% commissions? So how can we build in enough breakage to make the money and make it look like it's 100% commission? With us, I like to look at this comp plan. I'm speaking to you right now as Kevin Hokawana, not as Kevin Hokawana, co-owner of DS Domination. Okay, so this is just my personal view. Okay, this isn't the official company standpoint. This is my personal view on this. In this company, I believe. I like to look at this as you get 175% commissions, because not only are you going to get 100% of what you earn selling on Amazon or selling on eBay or any of that stuff. Whatever you sell when you drop ship, guys, that's 100% your money. We don't get a cut of that. Yes, there are eBay fees involved and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, if you sell something for $50 and you're paying $30, you made a big, nice profit, and you get to keep 100% of that. That right there is 100% commissions. And then our comp plan pays out a maximum of 75% commissions. So we like to think of it as 175% commission. That's, when I say we, I mean Kevin, personal view. Okay, guys, a little disclaimer.
Kevin is schizophrenic. When he says we, he means the 3 Kevins inside him.
Yes, there's 3 of us. So crazy, guys. I mean, 175% commissions. How can you beat that? Somebody says 100, be like, no, that's not enough. I want 175. Can your company do that? No, they can't, right? So just insanity. But I'll shut up now, and I got one more question before I shut up. How many of you come here for the first time tonight, seen this for the first time, or even have seen it a couple times but haven't jumped in, but we can expect you to be joining the family tonight? I want to see that in the chat. How many of you are joining our DS family tonight? Awesome, 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 awesome. Ronald, welcome, 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 welcome. Joy, welcome. Melissa, you're awesome. You're awesome. Kenneth, yeah, love it, love it. Timothy, love it, love it, love it. Okay, I'm just going to let those roll in. This is cool. Barbara, Donna, Willie. Okay, I'll say a couple more. All right, Dr. Hugh, Tacumba, where are you, my friend?
Tacumba Xavier.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. I love the cool names, guys. I get a little enamored by the cool names whenever I see like Lancelot.
That's the only reason I'm in here, guys. Because I have a weird name. I bring nothing else to the table.
Daniel, welcome to the family. This is awesome, guys. Cool, cool, cool. Keep them rolling in. I love this stuff. I love looking in the chats because most
Corinthian. Companies... Now that's an interesting name. I haven't heard Corinthian.
I've never heard that name. Nice, 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 nice. This is cool. There's Lancelot again. Cool, awesome, guys. I love the chat because I've been in companies before and I've promoted a lot of things before, and and Roger and I, we've done some a lot of damage in the network marketing industry. When I say damage, I mean we've built,
you've done damage.
We've up to
actual damage.
50,000 people. Yeah, you're looking back at those business models. I think I have done actual damage, to be honest. Why would I put someone in those companies? Looking back, if we had this 10 years ago, I wouldn't have been doing the traditional companies you think of when you think of a network marketing company. And so, yeah, I've actually done some damage. I've been in those business models that are destined to fail, and this is why I'm loving what we're doing here. But I'll tell you what. I love looking at the chats because in a lot of those companies, whenever I was on the moderator side and I can see what was going on in the chat, it's a great company. All the intentions are there, just wrong business model. And the chats were more like, I couldn't do it. I've been in here for 16 years and couldn't do it, And then we come here and I'm like, so how's everyone doing? Is anybody making any money? And then they just blow up the chat like crazy, and it just makes me happy. This is what keeps me really just excited about what we're doing. So love it, guys. Love it. You guys are awesome. And welcome to all our new DS family members tonight. This is going to be great. You guys are in the right place at the right time. Beautiful, beautiful.
I kind of muted Roger because there was some background noise there, but I was recently reading a post made by one of the owners of a very large network marketing company that is very popular. All of you have heard the name of. But I was looking at the post for it, and it was very strange because it was basically about nothing. But all the post was like all about the personal struggles of this person, and it just kept talking about, yeah, you just all know I love you guys, and you just know that, you know, if you're a part of this company that you're awesome, and on and on and on. And I noticed the comments below it, there were so many people who were like just wonderful people, right? Because in general, I found the people are actually very nice. There's very few percentage of people who are just like horrid people in general. Most people are actually pretty nice people. And these people were just like very supportive. Yeah, you're awesome. This is why I'm in the company, because this is awesome, and so on and so forth. And it was just very surprising to me because the whole post, the whole giant article about all these personal struggles, it never ever talked about any of the actual reasons why any of these people were in this company, right? The basic reason that people are joining these companies is not because they love the people in the company so much. They join because their family needs food to eat, and they need to make some money, or they need to be able to plan for their retirement or something like that, right? Our focus here is not to come to you and say, yeah, if your family distracts you from this, ditch your family. If somebody else is saying, no, you shouldn't be doing this, ditch them and whatnot. We're not talking about all the kind of weird, foolish stuff. What we're talking about is, look, here is the business model. Here is how the business is done. And unfortunately, our presentations tend to be really long and complicated and complex because we're talking about a real business model and how a real business is to be run. And we talk about all of this stuff, and we are really talking about you taking care of your family. You don't need us to tell you you're awesome. Let's let your daughter come to you and tell you, Daddy, you're awesome because you stay at home and play with me. Or you take me to Disney World or whatever, and you dance with me while you're dressed in pink, like Roger does. That kind of stuff is what we want you guys to experience. Me saying, yeah, I love you guys in my Indian accent, while it'll give you like 10 seconds of high because this random Indian guy who might not even exist somewhere said that he loves you guys and you're so awesome, that doesn't actually address the core problem. And I'm really trying to warn you guys that there is so much emotional selling in this whole world and in this industry in particular. Get away from that. Get away from emotional selling. You only do that when you're trying to get somebody to buy something that they really shouldn't be buying. It's like a used car salesman going to a 19-year-old kid showing him a Lamborghini. Yeah, think of all the girls who like you for having this. That's beyond the point. The guy can't afford it. He doesn't have the money for it. You should just deal in the facts and understand the facts and what's going on behind the scenes. Understand the philosophy and the model behind stuff, and go on from that. But let's not don't get into emotional selling. It's a very bad thing. It results in a lot of very unhappy people down the road.
Looks like there's no more questions in the chat box, Hitesh.
Yeah. Absolutely. Can I have 2 DS Domination accounts? Yes, you can. You can have 2. And here is the link for those who are asking. I'm going to paste the link in here one more time for people who need the link. Here you go.
Hey guys, we just had someone join us. Johannes Gainey just hopped on the webinar and just joined DS Domination, and he's proudly serving us in the Navy. Welcome, Johannes, to our family, and thanks for everything you do.
Welcome. Hey, thank you for your service. Where are you in the Navy? Do you know where he is right now?
He just joined, and I'm just looking at his wall here. He just Facebook messaged me. He's from North Carolina.
Tukunbo, the software is actually included within your membership. So when you log into your pro area or your elite area, you'll get the access to the software in there. Okay, Daniel, to get your affiliate link, you go to the affiliate and then link and promo tool section, and you'll find your links there. Now, if you're not an active affiliate, it'll tell you that you do not have the affiliate access. You can activate that up here. But it'll say this is inactive, and you click on that, and it'll activate you. But that's the this is where you would go to get your affiliate links. Okay. All right. I guess we have answered all the questions that are on here. Do we have anything left? All right, I think we have answered pretty much everything there was. Do you have phone support? Well, we have a help desk where you can go and open a ticket. If it's something that warrants a phone call, then we will do that as well. But usually you'll be taken care of just for that. And Bobby, if you want to just paste your question in one more time, it's very easy to miss questions when we have so many different people writing at the same time.
Hey guys, Marin Robinson from Australia just commented on Kevin's thread. She's on the webinar. Why don't we bring her out?
Sure. Let me find her.
And for those of you who don't know about the thread, if you guys have been in, if you've been in here for a little bit and you've got me as a friend on Facebook, go check my wall. If you're on the webinar.
Okay. What was the name once more, Roger?
Last name Robinson, first name Marin, M-E-R-R-I-N.
Okay, yeah, I don't see her in here yet. Oh, there she is. Marin, it's spelled differently here. Okay, should I unmute her?
Yeah, let's try. See if she's got a mic.
Okay. Marin, you're unmuted. Can you say something, like make a joke about Roger's laugh or my accent? Yep.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, I'm at work,
We're going to get you out of that.
so I'm trying to be quiet. Yeah, it's midday in Australia here at the moment.
So, Marin, what's been your experience here with DS? What do you think?
I love it. Off to a bit of a slow start where we had some eBay issues, but getting that sorted now, so yeah, game on. We've got a pretty good team as well. Everyone's earning money, everyone's loving it. George, he's at home doing it full time. So he records the webinars as well, so we can watch them later. He'll be on there listening now. He's
Awesome.
at home at school holidays, so he's doing that.
So, you said you have a team. Do you have a lot of people in your team that are doing this, making money with it?
Yeah, all over the world. Yeah.
That's awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, no, we love it. Been in lots of different businesses, a lot of failures. Just the businesses shutting down on us. We've got a really loyal team though, so they're coming over to DSD, loving it. Good feedback. Yeah, we're here to support them. As I said, George does it full time, so he's on the Skype all the time, emails, and you guys probably hear from him a fair bit as well.
Definitely. Now, I got a question. You said you've been in other stuff before. What was like the biggest problem with those business models, or you know what I mean? What was the hardest thing about it, about being in something outside of DSD?
Oh, just the whole management of the company, terrible. And we just see it again and again. We don't do things slowly or just test. We don't test the waters too much. We just go in. We set up marketing pages, websites, funnels, do loads of advertising, blogs, and then the management team just let us down every time. It's annoying, very annoying. So
How about
yeah, you guys
us?
are doing a great job. You guys are doing a great job. Love it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Just the support, simple things like having a really good support ticket system and the communication. Simple things like that make a company work.
Yeah, we used to get so mad at other companies because we'd say, "Hey, can you make this page?" And and we'd be pretty high up in the company, and then they would take them. It was like they had to go, fly somebody in from somewhere to have them sit down to like handcraft the page, and 17 months later we might get the small little tweak or change we wanted. So one of the things that we did here is we wanted to make sure that you guys, if you want something, we can get it done quick, and basically
yeah, it's
it's
great.
like a Skype chat. I just send a Skype to Hitesh, and and he runs a little team, and it's done. Right, Hitesh?
Yeah, and the other issue we have is being down in Australia. It's people. If you're not in the US, you just get forgotten about. The products aren't available here, or it takes 6 weeks and hundreds of dollars to post stuff here. So with DSD, it's really international, and that's just so good. We're not interested in companies anymore that we can't promote from our home country. So yeah, DSD ticks lots of boxes.
Awesome. Well, did Roger surprise you by bringing you out, or did he give you any notice?
Yeah.
Yeah, he tends to do that.
Because I'm at work and I'm just listening on and off, but because I know George records them, and this is a bit sad, but we actually watch them on the big screen in bed.
Nice. That's awesome. That's not sad. That's awesome. If you see the screen right now, you're gonna.
So embarrassing.
Well, Roger just popped up something on the screen where he changed the logo to DSD Australia. So you'll see that in the recording when you get home.
Yeah. We're actually New Zealanders, but we've been over here for a couple of years with our family, so I love it here.
Nice.
Yeah. Can I go now?
Yeah. There we go.
Yes.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thanks for hopping on.
Sorry to surprise you. Just excited to hear from you.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
See you later.
All right, guys. Can you guys still hear me? I think we had a little once we just cut out for a second. But I think that's a wrap, guys. I think we're good to go. It was pretty cool. Roger likes to grab people and pull them out. I thought that was cool because it was just off the cuff, It wasn't like scripted or anything like that. So I thought that was awesome. So pretty cool stuff. And you guys, for those of you who aren't in DS yet, get in DS. There's no reason to wait. You can see, you can hear. Everything we do is totally different from what's going on out there in our industry, right down to our webinars, right? Everything we do is just a little bit off, and I think that's going to be invaluable to you in the future, because we don't operate like some multi-billion-dollar corporation that just wants to bill you some more, right? It's just, we just want to see you succeed, and we want to change this industry, and it's happening. And so if you're here, get in here and be a part of it. So having said that, Roger, Hitesh, you guys got anything else?
Have a great night.
I guess that's it. Have a great night. All right, guys. Talk soon.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Learn how you can create an online income by leveraging two of the largest online stores, Amazon and eBay. Click on the link below and get started today.